Today we're off to Brighton for the day. So the reason we went to Brighton was because Darcy was doing some recording with a friend. So we got there nice and early and had a coffee together. That was really nice. And then we dropped Darcy off at her friend's.
This would have been where the carriages came down with all your horses.
And then we went to spend the rest of the day with our friends Juliet and Junio, who we knew in Brazil, have moved back to the UK and now live in Brighton.
Is it glass bottoms as well? These are fun, these bungee things.
They're the least love them, the little ones, the big ones.
Sunday morning and I'm off to lead the music at church. Good morning everyone, it is Monday morning. I am feeling, kind of disorientated. I always feel like that in half term because life is so different. It's not worse, but Ben's off school, so the whole routine for everything changes. And I've been doing this coaching, so I've been thinking a lot about what motivates me, what I'm thinking when I feel like, oh, I should do that next, I should do that next. Is it really because that's one of my goals, that's what I've aimed to do, that's what I want to do, or is it, outside influences making you feel like you ought to do this, you ought to do that? And so it's like, it's all overwhelming me, just trying to do life right, that you end up feeling like you're doing it terribly wrong. I'm doing that thing where I laugh when I feel really bad about something. Doing it again. Anyway, I sometimes wish the cycles of life weren't so kind of long in between, because I'm now beginning to remind myself of what I felt like at the beginning of this cycle, where you feel like that and you think, well, all I can do is the next right thing to do. So that's what I'm going to do. Darcy needs a lift to Reigate, so me and my dad are going to head down towards Guildford. Darcy's not awake yet, and eventually, when she's ready, we will take her to Reigate, I think. And then, me and Ben and I, are going to go up to the flat in London, and we're going to carry on with some of the decorating and also use it as an opportunity to go on some lovely outings, because there's lots of lovely places around where the flat is. We'll do that for the next few days of half term. I think one of the other problems is I haven't had a chance to go out for another run yet, and I'm feeling it, and I didn't go to boot camp on Saturday because we went to Brighton. Well, that has been a bit of a marathon driving around the countryside. I went out with my dad, and because Darcy was going to need a lift from Guildford to Reigate, I took my dad with me, and she wasn't quite ready, so we had some lunch in Guildford, and then we went for a stroll to Newlands Corner, but I didn't vlog any of that because it was so kind of misty and grey, but it's really become bright and sunny now. And so we had a lovely drive to Reigate, and saw the beautiful colours as we were driving along. Dropped Darcy off, and now I've dropped my dad off. I feel exhausted. That's all I've done today, really. Haven't got up to London yet. Haven't done a run yet. Yeah, so... So there's been a change of plans, and we didn't go up to London yesterday. It's Tuesday morning, but Hilary phoned me and was asking when we were coming, and Adam's got something on and she's feeling hungry and not very well. So I'm going to go up and be a mum to her, and I can do with the company as well, because Ben's suddenly got a load of stuff he's got to do for school. So yeah, got to stay flexible with the family. A nice chilled time with Hilary in Greenwich, and then I came back to the flat here to do a little bit of tidying up, so that when Ben comes after all his meetings tomorrow, it's not too untidy and horrible, and we can have a nice few days together. And just as I was about to leave to head back to Cobham tonight, because I need to take my dad shopping tomorrow instead of Friday, since we're going to be away for a few days, I checked my phone and an event popped up that I'd stuck in my calendar when I was at the Jazz Jam last Monday, and Melissa, who I featured in the vlog last week, has a gig at Brixton Hill, which is very near here, so I think I'm going to swing by there and see if it's something that I can go and listen to, because it's at a restaurant, so maybe you have to book a table and sit down and have a meal, which I'm not going to do because I've just had loads of food. But if I can just like stand at the bar or something, it'd be really nice to support her. So I'll keep you posted.
Take
that was really fun. That was such a cool little gig in the back room of this pancake place. I'm so glad I went, and Melissa was really appreciative, so yeah, I'm so glad I was brave and did that, going in there on my own. And yeah, and she was really encouraging me to get on with my album. She's said she's waiting for it to come out, so I must do that. Good morning, it is Wednesday morning. I came into my office and found there was a couple of packages that arrived for me, so I thought, oh, I could have another attempt at an unboxing video. And when I looked at my videos yesterday, I noticed that the unboxing video that I privated said, be patient, this video is still being processed. I had used the YouTube blur tool, but it was taking quite a long time to process, so I just thought it would be quicker than over a week long. I made it go public when it said 30%, thinking it was going to take like a few more minutes. Yesterday I checked it and it said 90%. So as I was about to do a shot of me unboxing these two packages, I thought I'll check and see what percentage it is now. And it is finished. So I can make it go public again. So it's taken a week for the blur tool to be applied. So I think I know what this book is. One of my viewers suggested a book about decluttering, etc. the other day in the comments, so I ordered it immediately, just making sure the address is turned away so I don't have to bother using the blur tool. Yep, here we go. The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying by Marie Kondo. So let's see if it is magic. So I was a bit confused about what this one was because I don't remember ordering anything online, and then I read in the description that it's a ceramic mug, and I remembered that I had contributed to the crowdfunding for the good stuff that Wheezy Waiter and some of his mates do, so that's really exciting. So thank you Craig, thank you Wheezy Waiter. I am a big fan of all your videos and the good stuff.
That's Darius, the Bishop of Van Darth.
Skate there. The idea was to get the water to the throat at an angle of 45 degrees. That was the most efficient way to start the wheel. To just alter the distance between the stones and to slightly tilt them if necessary. Hole in the wall, and it is attached to the pitch wheel. So as the shaft turns, it turns the pitch wheel. There are wooden cogs on the pitch wheel. But the miller spent a lot of time around here. That's it. Can you see the wheel turning? That shows you that it is actually the water wheel that is providing the power to turn that wheel. And they would turn at speeds of between 35 and 40 miles an hour. The good grain drops through and is caught, and anything that they don't want, like the stones or the odd bits of animals, are caught and taken out. Lovely needlework here. Some local ladies have recreated this for us, if you like, on sack hoist. You can see the belts here, and you can see the wheel here. Okay, the wheel drives this, and the wheel drives the sack hoist. The miller, wherever he is, if he pulls on this string, then he will activate the hoist. And he's called sprout peas. Give him cauliflower. He ate the lot. So I think they went for the sweetness of the spices. And of course the charcoal is going to be used even by both horses and cattle. Yes. You can see the steeple of Shalford Church there. And can you see the river flowing through? The mill actually sits plumb in the river. It sits astride the river, and that's very unusual because normally you had a lead coming out over the side. Had anything, and they came up with that. I have to say it has been doctored rather a lot, but it's still, you know, to be sort of put it up.
Photoshopped.
Now, why did it come up here? It came up here because this is the warmest part of the building.
But it's amazing to think that they produced that in 1823 because it's completely consumed.
It is very 1920.
So then we underestimate how
Furnaces going on, which they set up in this fashion. There was a bit of work done downstairs, so they had to get the old sluice gate working to take the water around the side. Of course, at the deeds. So I have another tour to take, it seems.
Thank you very much, it's really interesting.
Good, well thank you very much for coming.
I've just dropped my dad off and I'm running slightly late for a meeting at my friend's shop. It's actually Mike's mum, Mike, who's doing up Louie's bus. She runs this amazing second-hand children's clothes shop as a charity, like a social enterprise. And I think it's like a trustee review thing. I'm not a trustee, I'm just a donor. So I'm very pleased to be invited along because I think it's an amazing work that she's doing. I'll tell you more about it later. It's actually Sunday now and I've been editing this week's diary and there's just so much footage because the following day we did go up to London and we did loads of outings and it was like super spectacular and did loads of footage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a part 1 and a part 2 and I thought I'd just finish part 1 off by telling you a bit more about my friend's charity. So as you saw, I was approaching the door of this shop called Beatitude and Jenny is just such an amazing woman. I think this shop has been running for 12, 13, 14 years, I'm not sure. So many amazing things have happened through it. I think there might be a website, so I'll link you to that, but there's a book has been written as well called Stories from the Streets about all the different people who've been helped through all the work that Jenny and her team do. So basically it started off as a second-hand children's clothes shop to really help people in a kind of deprived area of North Leatherhead, people who are, you know, really struggling, really on the breadline. But not only was it selling clothes, there was a coffee area and the people in the shop could befriend people that came in. And it's not just mums with children either, there's been older members of the community have really found a sense of community there as well, so that's cool. When people have needed things like a new washing machine, people have been able to source free washing machines, get them installed, all sorts of amazing things. And not only that, those people that have been helped have been given a sense of the fact that they can help other people as well by doing fundraising. And she's done things like take groups out to Zambia, like with a mother and daughter trip. So the mums that have come in when their children were little, now some of them are teenagers, and people that work in the shop have got teenage daughters, and they all went together and they've done fundraising. And there's some amazing story about where they were with this group of ladies out kind of in the bush in Zambia, in a like really poor village, and the women from Leatherhead were saying, well, we've done this fundraising, you know, what would really help you? And they were saying, well, what we really need is some new plastic buckets. And of course the women in Leatherhead are like, gosh, you know, we think we're poor and these women are so excited to get new plastic buckets, and it just gives them a sense of perspective. And yeah, it's just such an amazing project. So these women now have a real sense of value and that they can actually be helping other people in the world as well. And there's like loads of different aspects to it, so I thought I'd just fill you in on that while I finish off this part of the edit, part 1. and I'll see you in part 2.